grooves in the wet tyre are not enough to disperse the amount of water that there is on the track. And that's the situation we have now. And that's when you aquaplane. So your tyres don't cut through the amount of water on the track, and you still, therefore, even though you're on a wet tyre, you can be on any tyre you like, you're going to skate on at certain corners and you're going to have crashes. And ultimately, at that point, when you're aquaplaning, the driver's skill is irrelevant. You cannot do anything. That no inputs into the car will stop it. You're just simply sliding like you're on an ice rink straight towards whatever object will stop you at the end, probably a barrier.
I also think in the land of team radio, this is just a bit of a gut feeling really, that visibility is more of something that people take into consideration now, even if your tyres could cope with the amount of standing water, they'd still be kicking the spray up. And I think that no one almost cared in 1985 Portugal about drivers' visibility in the way they do now.
No one cared, I'll tell you, in 2016 Brazil about drivers' visibility.
Yeah,
I don't think drivers' visibility is a concern. It's just something that you have in the wet. You know that you can't see anything. But in qualifying, there's no reason that you can't see anything, because you don't need to start a lap just behind someone else. The other factor that you have with the tyres and the wet is when it's this wet that you can potentially aquaplane, obviously the speeds are quite low as well. You've got no grip. The speeds are low, the tyre temperatures come down, so you lose grip on even the parts where you're not aquaplaning, and they become much trickier. And that's actually my Monaco crash that probably Andrew Benson was referring to when this got thrown in the first place. I just had no tyre temperature, and accelerating on kind of a curved straight on a zebra crossing, painted lines, they're always slippery as well. No tyre temperature in the wet is just, you end up kind of just being more prone to aquaplaning as well. So it's a vicious circle. On top of that, as you say, Jack, you can't see where you're going. It's just so difficult. But in qualifying,